It's been 80 years. Still not a single game has come out. We were lied to.
As more and more games drop on the Roblox platform, it's getting easier to see how profit-driven and uncreative these games are starting to become. And with the release of Curse Gear, many believe that this game also falls into that category as well. And although Curse Gear has a lot to improve on, I believe that it can become a great game. Now obviously it would be extremely unrealistic to say that everything about the game is bad, so we're going to go through some things that Curse Gear do well. Now without doubt, the best part of this game definitely is its combat. The idea of imbuing M1s with curse energy to implement true stun is probably one of the most unique things of this game, because I haven't seen any other game do it, so that's definitely a plus. And in terms of like mechanics, air counters, parrying, down slams, it's all just, your standard combat, but it's still pretty fun regardless. Now, one of the concepts I really like about this game is the grading system and the grade exams. First of all, obviously grade exams, you get to PvP, which is probably the strongest aspect that this game has. And on top of that, I feel like it gives the class system weight. So you know what I mean? So you won't just see a trash player who's special grade 1. So there's like a set hierarchy. Furthermore, you also have the perks at the different grades have, which basically gives people a reason to do the grade exams. And then you have a special grade, which you can only obtain if you are top 30 in the game, which is good because it gives the grindy, sweaty players something to grind for. So in terms of the grade exams as a concept, devs did a very good job. Now this video would be pretty pointless if all we did was just sit here and glaze the game. So now we have to get into some of the problems with Curse Gear.
But one is a Curse Gear is a PvP game. It doesn't mean PvP.
Shut your lame ass up, man.
Bruh, I saw someone saying this inside of Discord, Jen. Just had to get this out the way. Okay, Curse Gear might not be a PvE game, but it still has PvE in it. So the PvE that's in it might as well be good, you know what I'm saying? Alright, now down to the actual problems with the PvE. Well, first of all, the PvE in itself is just tasteless. You can tell they've just simply put those NPCs in there so you can grind for items and not so you can genuinely have fun fighting the NPCs. Like, good example here, Deepwoken. When you're fighting the mob, it feels interactive. You actually have to be on your toes. In this game,
Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill him! Shut up! Kill that boy! Kill him! Kill that boy! Yeah! Kill that boy! Shut up! Yeah! Yeah!
so which one of you on the dev team
Saw this.
and thought this was okay to put inside the game? No, because I... Now we're starting to get to the real issue of the game. There is zero gameplay loop.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm being honest, there's like 3 things to do in this game. Expeditions, grade exams, culling games. I'd say PMCC raids, but not everyone's in a PMCC raid, so you can't include that. There's 3 things to do in this game, and this is why this game's player count has dropped like crazy. One thing I noticed while playing this game is that there is zero atmosphere. What is atmosphere, you may be asking? Well, I believe that atmosphere is music, map, and overall feeling while playing a game or entering certain areas, which honestly surprised me a lot because Ragusa, who is also the head dev and is also one of the head devs for the game Deepwoken, did this very well for Deepwoken. Like in terms of music, map design, everything, it just felt so immersive. So when I hop in this game, obviously everyone's going to compare it to Deepwoken. And if you didn't, you probably just didn't play Deepwoken or you're lying to yourself. And it just felt very lackluster. The maps, they were just average at best. Honestly, I don't know anything about map building, but you can just see with your eyes that it didn't look that great. And if you look at the game that they're basing it off, Nier, I can't lie, that game looks lovely. And now, well, I'm not saying that, oh, I'm expecting the game to look like Nier because this is Roblox. It has its limitations. But dude, if they can do it in Deepwoken, they can do it in Curse Gear because they have these, you know, respected, using that word sparingly, I don't know what some of these guys have done, but I'd like to say respected devs on this team that are very capable of making a good game. So I'd expect them to, you know, show out. Well, people's main defense for Curse Gear is that it wouldn't have gotten as much hate if Ragusa wasn't the head dev because he made Deepwoken, so people's expectations were high. Well, my response to this is that you could arguably say that Curse Gear wouldn't have got as much attention as it did if Ragusa wasn't the head dev, because there were already like 50 other JJK games coming out at the exact same time, and among those games, Curse Gear did not look that special. Now for the main part of the video, the fixes. Now, I actually went on the Discord general and asked this question for the players, how they believed Curse Gear could have become a better game. And overall, the answers were the same, you know, reoccurring themes, with the main one being more content and PvE. Because I don't know if you've seen, but one of the bosses in this game is some fireball spitting fish. It just spams. It's just so unfun, man. And that's like late game Cullen Games activity. That's what you're gonna be doing in the Cullen Games, fighting a spamming fish. No one wants to do that, man. With the recent release of the new JJK season, you've seen a rise in JJK games, and obviously Curse Gear is one of them. But I feel like Curse Gear, it's not maximizing the potential of both its concepts to its fullest extent, because you can tell that Curse Gear is not a JJK game, it's a JJK inspired game, but they're letting that hold them back. So for example, bosses, I saw this one boss that they added, like some brother boss. It looked just stupid. It was basically some random bald dude spamming laps blues. A good boss to be adding would be a Mahito boss or a Jogo boss, and you can add them incrementally, slowly, and make PvE more rewarding. For example, you can't fight these bosses past like special grade 2 or special grade or semi special grade 2. It would make endgame more worth it, you know, and more fun, opposed to fighting some big fish in the Culling games. And leaning more into JJK would maybe get them out of that sub 1k player. You know what I mean? Yeah, but this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Curse Gear is a game with a lot of potential. I think the devs just need to, you know, improve the quality a bit, make PvE a little bit more mechanical and less spammy, and we have ourselves a good game. But comment down below what your thoughts are on this game, what you want me to play or post next, and I will see you guys in the next one.